Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Free Agents podcast. Back today to talk some more Traitors. Week two more episodes in the books. And Scally and I have already done our episode recap, talking through those two episodes. Check that out on our podcast feed. But we're up here on YouTube today for a very fun episode. Of course, I am Matt here with Scally. Scally, what's up?
Hello. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. I would say less so on some of the episode content and much more about who we're talking to. So very excited.
You know, I would say that's extremely fair. We have a great guest with us today, somebody that I'm so excited. First time that I get a chance to ever podcast with this person, but not somebody that I'm a stranger to, lucky enough. Kelley Wentworth is with us today, Survivor legend. Kelley, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm so happy to be chatting today. And, as you stated, maybe not the best episodes to be talking about. There's some good and some bad, but we'll still get through it. We'll have fun, but I'm excited to be here. So
we're gonna have some fun. Kelley, I mean, of course, you're always making content about the shows that are actively on, including this season. So I checked out some of your videos before we got on here just to see what was going on and got some predictions going. The first couple of episodes obviously hit us all really hard, but I don't know. At least last week seemed to be okay, besides the tragedy of Rob's boot. But
yeah, the first group of episodes, the 3, I thought it was actually fun. I had my issues with the secret traitor, which I think a lot of people had problems with that. I don't think that Donna Kelsey was the right choice. We continuously see the traitors talking up in the turret, and they're able to strategize and protect each other in a way. Like Rob is really protecting Lisa, which I know we'll get into. And I just feel like picking Donna was just such a bad decision. I don't know why they did that. So I had issue there, but the first drop episodes was fun, minus the boot order, which it continues to be tragic.
Yeah,
mind you, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, it has not gotten much better. Obviously, there have been some people that I think we always would have been sad to lose. Some that at least we are rid of, but not the most fun way to lose them either. So.
And Kelley, are you someone who cares, just to generally talk about the show, are you someone who cares about the game itself, or so are you someone like me who I just care much more about like the drama, the entertainment that the show has to offer?
I like both. I think that when you're bringing in celebrities or well-known people, of course, you're going to be watching for those people and you want to see the relationships and how they interact with one another. A lot of these people we've already seen, and so we have a pre-existing idea of how they're going to act or what they may bring to the castle. And so maybe we see that come to fruition. Maybe some people were surprised by in a way where, wow, I barely even see them. But I also like the game side of it, which I'm hoping we get into some of this, because I'm starting to feel like there's certain things within the game that are not good anymore. And I don't know if it's because we're 4 seasons in, but one thing specifically, not to get too deep into it yet, but it feels like this season, if you are a vocal faithful, you are likely to be targeted, not at the round table and also by the traitors. Like, it just feels like the people that are sitting back, that I don't even know who half these people are. They're not even being looked at, but we keep seeing the same names over and over. And I just think that's a bit of a flaw, because we want to see the big personalities, but then when the big personalities speak up, they go home. Mm-hmm. So what can we change in the game for that not to happen? I don't have the answer, but that's one thing where it's just been a little bit of a bummer, especially with the Monet thing. Monet said Lisa's name, and then Monet goes home. And then you have, Rob was on to the traitors, and then he goes home. It's just like, and then you have other people like Mark, no shade, but hasn't really said anything, isn't even a target.
Yep.
So what do we do?
And that's what's so hard, is I feel like especially the traitors should be picking up on maybe like last season, where we did end up with, I know Carolyn was on social media recently talking about how maybe there were like a couple nobodies at the end of the season, and it's really hard to then push a target onto said nobodies, and maybe just like we'll say people who are playing the game less intensely, because they've been quiet nobodies, the entire time.
Mark Ballas, historic career, but we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But like in the sense of a gameplay standpoint, they're not super active, and so you would hope that the meta might shift back into like, we need to be really taking these kills and like using them valuably, and these people who are never ever going to get voted out, instead of some of these people who are maybe more threatening and we can spin a target on them in one way or another. But unfortunately, it does not seem like this is that season.
Yeah, we're
No.
talking about a world going into next week now where the cliffhanger here, if there's a murder or not, they're like, well, should we murder Colton? Is the first name that's coming up. And like you're saying, Kelley, like that's one of the most vocal people here. So
Mhm.
all of the people that are hiding in the background a little bit or just playing the game to a lesser, I don't know, big extent, are really just able to sneak on through. And I really don't know. I mean, I feel like the show usually finds a way. Last season was the first one where it was like, no, actually, at least two of these background characters are going to win the show. They're going to be there at the end, despite playing insanely poorly along the way. They can still win. I don't know. I feel like very often they can still find a way to move the show along, recruit new traders in, and keep things interesting. We do still have all three original traders here, so we shouldn't be that afraid of that kind of result. But after last season, Kelley, I am a little scarred about it.
Yeah, I am too. And if we go through the list of people, we look at Portia, who had some mishaps in terms of what she said, but she was vocal and that got her in trouble. You have Ron, who then presented this evidence about her. Now he is a target, even though he's not a traitor. You have Michael Rappaport, who, whatever, him aside, he was very vocal, now is gone. Again, Monet targeted Lisa, is gone. You have Rob. It's crazy. Like you're just seeing this pattern of these people, which makes me worried for someone like Natalie, who is very vocal now. I'm like, okay, well, she's one of the people that's speaking up. It would seem like she could be next on the list. And then you, again, look at some of the folks that you mentioned. Mark, I can't even think. I don't even know
Bonnie,
their names.
Tara, Steven.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even, I just see it. Steven?
Yeah.
What is Steven doing? So
looking handsome.
Yeah, no, he is very aged like fine wine. That man is looking good. Okay, I'm still enjoying seeing him just so that I have that Laguna Beach in my brain. The millennial me is loving it. My heart is exploding seeing him, but at the same time, not doing much in this game. So
yeah.
But
Kelley, you mentioned, of course, Natalie Anderson, your former San Juan del Sur castmate, tribe mate, even. Can we talk about Natalie? What are you thinking watching her 5 episodes in so far?
I think she's been great. She's really bringing that gamer strategy in a lot of ways. As an example, when she had the idea with the boat, like let's work in that first challenge. Let's have our 2 boats work together. That way we won't target one another. Not everyone's thinking that way. That's why you kind of do need some of the gamers to stay, because you need that in this game. You don't just want people yelling at each other at the round table in a way that's really not fun to watch. Like you want some of these other kind of game pieces to come together. And so I think she's doing a really good job. I am worried that she's being a little more vocal even at the breakfast, but I'm hopeful. I'm sad that Monet is gone now because that seemed like her right-hand person. I think she's going to be okay. I think if we get to a situation now where there are only, who are the gamers left? Natalie and Jam Jam?
And Jam. Yeah.
They might be okay at this point because there are only 2 of them. So I am hopeful. I don't know if she can get to the end, but I think at least a few more episodes.
Obviously Rob Roush is not a gamer, but like Scally, by all intents and purposes, like that man games. So he's never going to be considered in that group, but
not from a show that is typically considered a game, but did gamify it and does have a very game-like personality. The man is ready to play. He came into Love Island doing the same. So I am not shocked at all to feel like the audience is viewing him in a similar way. I don't think that he is lumped in necessarily as like a number for the gamers or the threat level of the gamers, but in terms of like strategy, personality, etc., like it all lines up.
Kelley, are you familiar with Rob or Maura? I feel like you might watch Love Island.
I watch Love Island. I watch too much TV. It's like rotting my brain, but I watch it. Yeah, I watch Love Island. I actually did not watch the US version for a few years because I thought it was terrible. It was so bad. I was used to the UK, which I love the UK. Maura is one of my favorite people to ever be on the UK version of Love Island. Like this girl speaks her mind. So many iconic moments in her first season when she told that man off for his comments. And then she was going after Curtis after he dumped that other girl. Oh my Lord, I'm a Maura fan. And then Rob, I started watching the US version again because my sister said, no, like Kelley, you need to get back into it. This season is great. And I thought, oh, sure, whatever. And then I started watching and yes, it was good. So I'm familiar with both of them.
And I saw in your video when you were predicting the Traitors that you mentioned both of them, at least obviously getting Rob correct. I was with you as well. I feel like there was something there. It was the reputation that he has coming out of Love Island is just like there's an edge to him, and that is what they look for in a traitor, somebody that has that extra sparkle in what makes you a compelling TV character. So, again, you saw it as well, that they were going to use him here, and so far so good.
I think he's that quiet, intelligent. Like, he's not overly out there. He's not putting himself out there. He really doesn't do that in the real world, it seems, either. Like, he's not everywhere trying to be that person. He just lives his life and does his thing. But that's translating really well into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could win as a traitor. I really do. I really do. Yeah.
No, it's I think even by this week at the round table, I mean, how many times did he let Michael say commiserate, like in probably an incorrect context, before it finally got to the point of like, okay, now like I know my time, now I need to step in. And I think timing is a really good quality for a traitor. Like, let them make the mistakes that they need to make, but also know like when it's time for you to put your foot down and actually go ahead and make the move in the game.
Yes, engaging when it was the right time, to your point, because you don't just want to say that if nobody else is feeling the same way as you. So when he started to see that everyone else was sick of Michael's stuff, he goes, okay, awesome. Now I can actually speak how I want to. But had he done it earlier, maybe it would have looked a little bit differently. So yeah, really great with the timing. I think he's doing awesome.
And I'm banging this drum right now, anywhere that anyone can hear me. I really feel like, in the same way that we're looking at all of these quote unquote boring people, the people in the background, as like, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the show? I really feel like they're probably looking at him in that same group from like their perspective, being out in that castle, that he's just a background character that's going along, showing up at the missions, playing hard, just in the same exact boat that I would be out there looking at like Eric Nom. And like, you hear everybody that's been doing an exit interview of any type. Rob, literally all the exit interviews that came out from this round as well. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Rob was just like snacking and eating and chilling and whatever. Nobody's thinking about him. So
amazing. It's a great strategy.
It'll be interesting.
I'm hoping that he realizes how valuable Mora is to him in this game, because I think that like it's a good vote, but also the longer she stays, I think she unfortunately probably does go home at a round table before him, being a little more vocal, being the bigger character, being, like you said, like he is probably not thought of as the main character of the season. And so as long as Mora's there, I feel like if people are looking to potentially break them up as a duo, look at them as a threat, then I think she's going to get a lot more attention than he is.
Yeah, and I'd love to see them try to banish Mora. See how that goes for you.
I hope they just keep trying and it doesn't happen, because Mora at the round table is great. I wanted Mora as a traitor. Oh my gosh, I wanted her as a traitor so badly. But
to that point, Kelley, I was going to ask you how you feel about the other two traitors, Lisa Rinna and Candace. Honestly, maybe we got lucky that Mora isn't a traitor, because my thought for Lisa Rinna has been that I didn't think she should be a traitor, because I feel like she would be more fun as a faithful. I wonder if Mora could be in that same trap of like, she would be overthinking things and couldn't be as fun as Mora Higgins can be if she had to deal with the stress of the traitor game.
That's true. That's a good point. And it's hard to know until you see them in that role, how they would react. I mean, you have someone like Donna Kelley who just completely crumbled, not just because it just maybe was too much. But then you've got a Rob who is just, I think he is being himself. He would be who he is, whether he was a faithful or a traitor, I think, which is what is working really well for him.
I think with Mora, I probably would expect, or at least hope for, something like Bob the Drag Queen as a traitor.
Oh,
like,
just a crash out.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe not a full crash out, but just like, okay, you accuse me, like I'm still going to defend myself just as I would if I was a faithful. Like I'm going to be just as loud. I'm going to defend just as hard. I don't think that Mora goes quietly either way, whereas Lisa, I think, has kind of lost a little bit of her spark.
Yeah. Any hope for you for Lisa Rinna, Kelley?
I don't think so. I think Lisa's such a tough one, because I believe that most people probably would think that she could be a traitor. Like there's a little bit of a target on her now. People are bringing her name up, but I think it's just one of those names, just like you would maybe assume that one of the gamers is a traitor because of who they are. So I don't think she's someone that could get to the end no matter what, even if she wasn't a traitor. And so I'm concerned about her longevity.
I'm wondering how much they selected Lisa thinking she'll be like that early flame out traitor that we usually have one of on a season. And it's like, okay, this was a great try and it was really entertaining, but it was always kind of planned. Like you're going to go home in the first 3 to 5 weeks. And that just is what it is. I feel like we've seen it on a lot of iterations of the Traitors. So maybe that's what they were hoping for with Lisa. And unfortunately, I don't think we're getting that right
now.
Yeah.
And what about Candace? How you feeling about her performance so far?
I think she settled in really nicely. I think she came out really hot, and there in the first set of episodes, I was thinking, oh gosh, this might not go well, especially with the confrontation with Michael and Portia. And I thought, oh, this is the target's getting bigger. But she seems to have really settled in quite well, and I'm enjoying her. I think she's really good. Like, she is really good at spinning things on people, taking information, just kind of listening now. Again, I don't think she was like that in the first couple of days, but it seems like she's found herself and is doing a really good job. So she's been fun for me. I was not familiar with her, and I'm liking what she's doing.
I almost can't think of another traitor in recent seasons, maybe like literally since Suri, that's had such intentional strategy every step of the way. Like she's had with this, I'm going to vote Ron. I'm going to stick with Ron. I'm going to talk and actively, push on to Ron so that nobody ever has to come and question me as to where I'm at. I'm not giving enough names. I'm clear. I want Ron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think with Candace, while like on the podcast that dropped earlier, I had talked about where like I question a couple of the decisions in terms of like, I don't know if we should have murdered a housewife. I don't know if we should have like allowed Monet to go home, who seemed like she had a decent relationship with, etc. But I said, I think her social game is so good that like it almost doesn't matter. And I think that also shows with the roundtable, like she has been pretty consistently like vocal, active, leading discussion, but we don't really hear anyone talking about like, who's also leading things and is kind of a ringleader? Candace.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Playing really well so far, in my opinion. But speaking of this turret, look, Kelley, it's no secret that a lot of people, me included, I think Scally included, would love to see you end up out there at some point. So just given this kind of group and given like last season's group, my question for you is, if you, first of all, were out there playing this game, but second part, were in the turret, how do you even approach, playing with the other people? You have no idea who you're going to be with. You have no idea if you're going to get along with them. We're seeing that this season's turret, they're getting along great. They're all great friends. They're all looking out for each other. Then you have last season, Carolyn versus Danielle, Boston Rob, like nobody can get along for 2 seconds. Would you, I assume that you would want to get along with your fellow traitors, at least at the beginning, but have you thought about that at all?
Well, you would, if you are a traitor, you would want to be with the group that is on this season. You would want to be getting along. You don't, because what happens if you don't get along? All of a sudden now you start pointing the finger at each other. You just start crumbling, right? Like you can't trust each other. And as the traitors, you have to be able to trust each other and deliver information and be on the same page, or you're never going to make it. Because we saw that last season. As a viewer watching TV, loved it. Oh my gosh, it was perfect. I want more of that this season. Like, I feel like I want traitor on traitor violence. I want drama. I want to see them completely falling apart in the turret, not getting along, arguing, then going to the round table and being like, it's you. And you're like, no, why are you calling out your fellow traitor? What are you doing? That's much more fun than what they're doing this season. But if you were in there playing, oh my gosh, you would want to be in a turret like this season, 100%. Like, I
still can't believe how much Rob is looking out for Lisa. Not to say that there's like anything wrong with it, but it's like he is going out of his way to like that information. If it somehow got back to Colton, Colton said Lisa's name. There's only so many people that were in that group, and if Lisa somehow like inadvertently gets that information back to Colton, that she knows that, he's only going to have a few people to look at. So he's putting his neck on the line, but he believes in the team.
He does. I think the more he tells Lisa that, though, I think Lisa trusts him more and more. So why would Lisa go tell Colton this information or tell other people? Because they can just get rid of him. They have all the power. So I don't think it's a bad decision to do that.
Yeah. Matt, you would know better. I feel like Lisa's a little bit of a loose cannon in what I know. And I don't feel like she's maybe not always the most loyal person. So I don't know exactly if I see that coming this season. But Matt, do you think Rob should be worried based off of that?
I mean, given how much he is giving her his loyalty, I feel like he shouldn't be worried yet. It's the second that Lisa sniffs out that either of these two are working against her that they should then be worried. But I don't know if she's going to make it long enough to the point that that's even going to be a possibility for them. So that's where I'm at. But you don't want to be on Lisa Rinna's bad side. You don't want to be on a housewife's bad side in general. You saw the Caroline Stanberry murder at the beginning of this episode. Kelley, that was brutal. Lisa Rinna versus Caroline.
Well, is there some backstory that I don't know about?
there's really, I mean, if there is anything deeper than just like they're two housewives doing housewife stuff out there, you got me.
It was kind of nasty. She's
Yeah.
like, "You're going back to Dubai, and I won't see you at BravoCon." I'm like, "Oh, is there something I missed here? Like, is this a pre-existing? Like, they came in as some sort of relationship happening, and I don't know because
Not really.
that was crazy." I'm so conflicted on the decision because on one hand, I understand why you'd get rid of a housewife because people are going to look and say, well, a housewife isn't going to get rid of a housewife.
Yeah.
Even though they were blaming Tiffany for getting rid of two gamers, which whatever. But I understood that. However, they are also getting rid of their numbers in a way, which is something they should consider too. So I haven't completely decided if I like the decision, but Lisa was very hardcore when she was telling her,
I mean,
you're gone.
To be fair, I will throw out there that Caroline starts out with Lisa, you bitch. But to be fair, she got murdered. So
Yeah, I think the murder was the first blow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was also that scene where the Axeman, did we like he's about to like take the axe and like get Caroline Stanberry like what in the head? Like that's what we're led to believe happens next. Terrifying.
Wait, I have a question though about that entire thing. How did Lisa know? Because she would not have seen the reveal of the henchmen to the people that were not murdered. So how did she know what actually happened and what these people look like?
my hope is that they just walked her through it, whether that is like had her
That's
actually
what I'm
like
saying. Were they like, okay, Lisa, come here. We're going to show you what happened to all these other faithful. Do you think?
I mean, especially after last season with Carolyn, you know, Carolyn was a part of that one that she had to then retell the story. And we were all like, wait, are they prepared for this kind of thing? Because it's going to happen.
I think like the fairest way to do it would be like in theory to actually blindfold Lisa. Like this is exactly how it happens. And like to have the same exact experience. And so rather than like Lisa, you know, we blindfolded them. The person had this like color mask. The person did this. I think that would be like the quote unquote fairest because, you know, we almost saw it happen to Carolyn this season. Imagine it happens to Lisa or someone else this season. Like it's not how you want to see a traitor go out, especially God forbid they're playing this like phenomenal game and then they just get taken out because production didn't plan for something. I am very happy whoever walked Lisa through it did, but she treated it like she was memorizing lines. She came in with every single detail.
And then there's a henchman, and then and then they let you go, and yeah, just a very dramatic reenactment.
It didn't feel natural. It definitely felt like there was a teleprompter and she was like reading off it and forgot her place at one point and was trying to find the line again. And yeah, maybe that could have been the editing as well. But it was definitely over the top.
I do think it's editing, and I just want to keep throwing props to the editing team if that is the case. They do a really good job at making it seem like the traitors are more in trouble. And that's all the time. When they do the murder in plain sight, they're like, oh, look who's walking down the hallway. They're about to get caught. And just for me watching, like I'm about to watch, like I'm watching a scary movie, I'm like, I feel the intensity here, and that's what is hooking me so much into the action of what's happening here. It's like an action movie and a reality show all mixed together, and that's what makes it so fun. Scally, were you gonna say something else?
I was gonna say also like good job on I think it was Monet, right? Who was like, Monet, yeah, and then they had the gold mask. The gold. Did you see the gold mask? like really trying to trip up on the details. So
yeah, that was good. That was good. I like that.
Monet and the fashion in episode 4, episode 5, Monet's murdered. Boston Rob trying to analyze Monet's fashion on the official podcast was quite the experience to watch. If anybody has not checked that out yet,
I haven't seen it. No, I'll have to watch.
I mean, look, I'm not the fashion guy. I don't know. I mean, like Monet looks good anytime. But Boston Rob was trying to, I guess, get answers onto why is the corset on the outside rather than the inside, and got that explained to him.
Honestly, I'm shocked he knew the word corset. So good for Rob. The man who was, you know, stomping around the castle in basketball shorts last season. So
I swear, unless I'm making this up, unless I misheard it, and I don't think I did, I think he was giving himself credit for his fashion on the podcast as well.
No, you must be joking.
Okay.
Someone confirm.
Love Rob.
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, listen, I'm a leggings and sweatshirt kind of girl. I own that. That's fine. Maybe Rob is a hat and a t-shirt and pants with tennis shoes kind of guy. Well, we know that.
Kelley, this is another question I had for you though. In a world where you're flying out there anytime soon, whenever it happens, I hope it happens. Do you have anybody that you're looking at? I guess from this season, from any seasons recently, that is going to be the fashion inspo for you?
I mean, so many people are cool. I feel like Gabby Wendy was a real
great answer.
queen last season. That it's not something I could pull off. It's not my energy. Her whole vibe is just incredible to me. I love her, but she was very fun. I feel like I'd probably go the Natalie Anderson route. I'm just a very like laid back workout kind of girl. I do like dressing up and I like wearing nice clothes, but I live in a city, it's Seattle, that is very dark and gray, and everyone here just pretty much wears flannel and jeans and jackets, and so that's just what I'm used to. So I guess I
also say,
yeah.
Do you either of you have the same reaction that I do? I realized this today. Seeing Maura Higgins or any of the housewives in like a t-shirt and the beanie when they're doing missions, I'm like, are you okay? Like, I know they're just competing in a mission, but like Maura was wearing like a t-shirt and a beanie to do the competition. I think it was episode 5. And I was like, who is that child?
She's so glamorous too. Did you see her looks at the
Golden Globes?
Oh my gosh, she is stunning.
But she's out here in Scotland in a t-shirt for part of the episode.
Yeah, she looks good.
I thought that was very funny.
Moore's absolutely killing it. I've seen people pushing for her to go to the Met Gala this year, like get her the invitation. I think that I used to be a little more like everyone show up like Maura, let's go. Like this is a fashion show as much as it is a game and an entertainment show. I think Natalie though is a good call out of someone who is like staying true to how they dress, but also like making it Traitors. And I think that's all I'm looking for at this point.
And she talked about online about how she was dressing like that on purpose. Essentially, she was trying to show off the guns to show her value in missions. And I don't know if that, it's been, I guess, over a decade now at this point since you guys played together. But I'm sure even back then, Natalie, you're not looking at her as somebody that you really feel like you need to like look hard to find the muscles. But she's an asset to you.
Heck yeah. And she should show off. Like she works hard. I feel like anyone who works out like that and takes care of their body in that way should, hell yeah. She should dress like that. It's amazing. Yeah.
I also was laughing a lot before we got on here, just reminding myself about the Ron Funches scene with her. Ron, are you a faithful or traitor?
I know. And then who asked her? They said, what's the point of that? Was it Dorinda? I don't remember.
Tiffany. Yeah. She was just like, what were you going to get out of that?
She's like, well, I'm just trying to get information. It's like, okay, yeah, listen, fair enough. You have to gauge people's reactions or, what did they respond?
I don't know if it's Ron, but like there are people who that will work on, that like will give away fully. I can think of internationally quite a few traders who would have folded under such a question. So,
and on the topic, just while we're talking about Natalie and her game, her looks, her everything, her looks are killing it. Like every time she's at a round table, I'm just like, who is that beautiful person? I know who she is, but she's stunning every single round of this game. And I think Scally, you said this too. Kelley, we were a little worried about Natalie coming into this, especially with like this anti-gamer sentiment that has now hit 3 of the gamers. And the fact that Natalie is still standing and Jam, but Natalie especially, I don't know. I was extremely worried that her reputation of being, as she says, I'm a well-regarded Survivor player, winner. I was worried for her.
Yeah, me too. And it's funny because Ian was targeted for being a winner, one of the reasons he was targeted. And Natalie has not been looked at so far. So I'm happy about that, but I'm still a little worried, but I'm happy so far.
Super impressed. I don't know how much she's actually been up for murder, but she really is someone that I've been worried about, especially, after the Winners at War premiere was the worst day of my life. I was just distraught. I had been so jaded. I was so scared it was going to happen again. And so I came in thinking Natalie, a big personality, a big target, a big reputation, definitely could be at risk early for this traitor. And to see that she has outlasted already 3 of the gamers, is still early, but I'm happy. I'm very happy Natalie has been doing so solid.
Yeah,
I am too.
Kelley, can we talk about some of these banishments in this round?
Yes.
some crazy roundtables here. Tiffany was the first one, of course, and the whole charge here is led by Colton. The magic ear of Eric Nam comes along and knows that he heard Tiffany laughing at the murder face to face, even though he didn't get to see anything. Cut ahead to the round table, and it's just everyone against Tiffany except for Candace and Michael Rappaport, but mostly Candace standing up for her.
Honestly, that pissed me off. It really it irritated me, just because. And listen, I know she was targeting people too. Everyone has an idea of who someone might be, but the Eric thing with the laughing really, I just didn't fully understand it, because it could have been anybody laughing. Like your blindfold is on. You don't know it. That could have been anyone. I just think that was a dumb reason, and I feel like bringing it up at the table and that people actually bought that was frustrating watching. I don't like Colton. Sorry. I never have, and
You're in good company.
never will. And I just feel bad saying that about any reality TV people, because I don't I don't know them personally. I know how it is to be online, have people like not like you or say bad things about you, but I'm just not a fan of Colton and the way he's playing the game, the way that he is talking about people. It really, really irritated me when he was trying to say that, oh, her half-ass talk about Ian, and it's just like making her look bad. Like there's a certain way to target people without being rude about it. And I know we're here for the drama and the entertainment, but there's just something about him I just do not connect with. I don't like him. And so it was irritating to me watching him come for Tiffany like that. But Tiffany ate him up. So I know she still left, but she was she did not.
Yeah, I'm smarter than you. And what about
TIFFANY, like the store? I was like, okay, queen, let's go. Yes, ma'am. I love her.
It's something in Colton's eyes. I noticed that this week. It's just like when he's talking and he's like actively advocating against Tiffany, like he's just got this look in his eyes that I can't. It's scary. There's something going on back there that I don't want to know about.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I wish that people pushed Eric, because as someone with like a loud, obnoxious laugh, I would have believed it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like I've gotten texts from people that are like, I can hear you laughing 2 blocks away. So like it would think, but you have to think whoever did giggle at whatever Eric said, I doubt it was like a full belly laugh, chortle, whatever. So like, I guess you can press them a little more on there, and then that's where it would kind of start falling apart. But I don't know. It's hard. I feel like when you're going off nothing to begin with, I don't fully blame people for believing it, because like already you're operating on like just strings of nothing.
And Colton, oh, go ahead, Kelley.
No, it just kind of feels like there's this mentality at the roundtables where people haven't formed their own opinions, and so they just latch on to the biggest thing that someone is throwing out there. It's the same thing that happened with Ron. And I thought that Ron's arguments against Portia were much more valid than what these arguments were against Tiffany. But it seems like these quiet people, like we've already talked about, they're not putting any names out there. So for them, when there's 2 people going hard for Tiffany and they don't know who else to go for, yeah, of course, now all of a sudden you've got 5 extra votes on Tiffany. And of course she's going to go home. And of course the traitors are going to vote for her. So now all of a sudden you've got 9 votes on someone. Well, yeah, there they go. So.
She was, the tears were really hurting me to see her in that state, just knowing the power that she brings to these games, the capabilities that she has. And I say that knowing who her traitors thoughts were. She thought that it was Jam Jam, Michael Rappaport, and Ron were the names that she was throwing out there. So it's like, okay, on one hand, I can also kind of tell myself that if she stuck around and started to push on those names, it might not have gotten any better because none of those were correct and people weren't really listening to her, working with her, whatever the case was. But it's not a fun way to see anybody go out. And I think it's especially frustrating when afterwards Colton's doing the whole, he's like, oh, I'll wear pie on my face for the rest of the game. And then you're just going to go be loud and confident and cocky in every other conversation in room. And, oh, I missed, I'm going to take another shot. And you're going to get another faithful. Time for you to go.
That's what I'm saying. When he was sitting there going against Michael in the kitchen, and listen, again, I am not a Michael supporter. Okay. I need to make that very clear. I'm simply talking about the game and what we saw. But when he was being, to your point, so cocky in the kitchen, and he's like, well, then I'm just going to come for you and you're going to regret this. And it's like, this isn't even entertaining drama anymore. It's just getting too personal. I'm feeling it's a little bit icky. I'm feeling weird about it. I'm not a fan of this. And he has nothing. I just don't feel like he really has anything to go off of. He just decided in his brain, oh, it's Tiffany because she's the strongest person and it has to be her. And I thought that Kristen actually did a pretty good job this episode, not in who she's thinking is the traitor or the traitors, but I thought that she did kind of look at Colton and say, he doesn't even really give reasons. He just comes in and basically tells us who it is without any valid, anything to back it up. And I thought that was really smart. I was like, yeah, okay, she's paying attention. She's onto something. So I'm hoping she sticks around and we see a little bit more from her.
Yeah, I do think that Colton is someone who's kind of trophy hunting at this point. I think where he's saying to Jam Jam at the beginning, like, oh, that's Ian. He's a big brother threat. I think he comes in having done his research on the gamers. I think it was probably going to start happening regardless. So I'm a little bit nervous for Jam Jam and Natalie from that perspective also. I think he's going to continue to throw names out. And just even when he's getting in the fight with Michael Rappaport, he's screaming like, I want to be responsible for sending Michael Rappaport home. And so I think that's his main concern rather than actually doing anything well, is just getting credit for it
and maybe being like a big TV personality.
I would not be surprised if that's part of the intention here. I think that that's probably the case for some a good amount of people on the Traitors. You want to go on and shine a little bit, how big the show is right now, and go for it. But like I'm also going to call it out when I see it, Colton. And I don't know where this is going for him next. I hopefully not many places, but
I would like to see him gone. Are y'all in chat BCC at all?
Keep an eye.
Check it out every so often.
Are you talking about last week?
Did you see the thing with Sandra called him out and then he left?
He got a little whacked.
So you can dish it out, Colton, but you can't take it?
That doesn't shock me at all.
Take it against Sandra? Okay, I'm sorry. I died.
Yeah. Did he even deactivate Twitter potentially? I mean, just like, and that's like probably a much more like mass scale of piling on, which not a big fan anyway, of him. But I mean, just even in like a very controlled environment that is chat BCC of who is even allowed to like make the main post on it. I will say I did notice every single post he had on it had the large majority being tomatoes and everything. Like,
throw those tomatoes.
So I was screaming like there were no likes, there was no anything. It was all tomatoes. So that man ran out of there.
It was so many tomatoes. I was laughing. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
The other thing that got me with his being wrong was after Tiffany's gone and they're all looking around, nobody's even getting up from the table, and they're all just like, okay, so now what? And Colton immediately jumps to like defend himself, and he's like, well, we have to push each other if we want to get new information out. It's like, you just pushed her out the door. Like, she was just pleading with you, giving you plenty of good reasons as to why it's not her, and you were the one that rallied the entire house to get her out. And so you are sitting here, yes, with egg on your face, or pie if you want to put pie on your face. I don't know why he's obsessed with the pie. But then like kind of doubling down on like, well, that was still important to do anyway, just because we have to get information out. Like, okay, yes, use the roundtable to get information out, but look, granted, I don't expect him to have like walked back the Tiffany thing just because maybe he thought she had a good argument, but he was the one who actively went so hard for it. Did he even have a conversation with her directly to be like, hey, this is I don't know if you should do that, if you shouldn't. But
I think he just targeted her, and then there was no turning back. I think that's the thing too, is that it feels like he's just a little closed-minded in terms of hearing other people out. Like, it seems like he wants somebody and he's going to go for them. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It is the Traitors. Everyone has to go eventually. So I understand, but it just seems like it's his way or the highway. And I'm just not a fan of that, especially when it continues over and over and over. There's a pattern of now this is just how he apparently plays the game, but
it's also like, if I thought that he thought this was good strategy, there are other players that we've seen kind of like railroad the competition, but I think that they're truly doing what they think is best for their game. But Colton has said like, this is probably bad strategy, but it's just who I am. And I don't like that. I don't like that that's who you are.
Yeah. Me
You know
either.
who else I don't like who they are? Michael Rappaport. Kelley, the other person that's banished here in this episode after going to war with Colton in that roundtable, in that whole round. We've been talking about it. Where else do we go talking about his time on the show? It's been really electric in not the right ways for what we want from reality TV. And look, let me just say, like, some people out there are enjoying it and did enjoy the experience of him being on the show, and good for all of you. I'm very happy for you. But this has been a crazy ride. Having him on the show in the first place was crazy. The fact that he made it through 5 episodes, as a couple of them pointed out, you got here a little longer than you probably should have. The fact that he played more traitors than all of the people that go out before him, I don't even want to get into it because it's so annoying. But just, Kelley, at least in general, this experiment is now over. It's closed. It's done. He's gone.
It's done. We can move on. He came into that castle wanting to cause drama, wanting to create conflict. That's very obvious. I know he says that's his personality. Fine. I don't follow him, look at his stuff. I don't know. I've only heard things. So it seems like he leans into that and loves it. And that's what he wanted to do. It's not the type of drama that I enjoy watching. And I love reality TV. I love villains and fighting and conflict. I mean, I beg for that every season on Survivor. I love it. But there's also kind of like a darkness to some conflict. And I didn't enjoy what he was doing. So.
No, and the way he eats off the plate is obviously very disturbing. We've all seen this, right? Yeah. So 2 weeks in a row now that we've had to watch this happen. It's alarming. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, it's not fun drama. I like where we have like 2 people engaging in drama, and I feel like he is just so suffocating that it doesn't even allow someone who's interested to continue engaging. So you have someone like Jam, like Natalie, like Maura, who like have said things back, but they barely can even like compete with the level that he's at because his default is just so incredibly high.
It's so intense. Yeah. And it's almost like if I were on the receiving end of one of his rants, I just wouldn't want to engage because it's not going to lead anywhere. This is just someone that, again, just wants to fight and thinks I deserve to be heard over you. And it's just, at that point, why?
And it just puts it puts so many of the faithful in such a tough spot because they have to deal with this problem on their own. Rob was the first one to say it on the show. I don't think he's a traitor. I imagine a lot of people did not think he was a traitor. And at the round table where you're supposed to vote out a traitor, the only way to get rid of this person that is causing havoc and making everybody uncomfortable is to, instead of voting out someone they think is a traitor, vote out Michael Rappaport. So that's not a fun way for the players to have to play the game.
Exactly. And I think there was probably a lot more that we didn't see just based on all of the reactions and also the things that people said when they wrote his name down, how sick they were of him. There had to have been much more, I think, that was edited down. They're going to protect him in some way because they cast him. So we're not going to see the worst of it. And that's just the truth.
Including what I can only assume is a forced apology. I thought it was interesting that they included the clip of him earlier in the episode where he says, like, I know when I'm being offensive. I know it, and I'm still doing it. It's like, well, then later in the episode to be like, that's not what I meant. I don't know. It's like, well, these are contradicting yourself right now. So I think that the show including both was interesting, especially because I feel like they've done nothing else to distance themselves. So I don't know. It's interesting. I am glad he's gone. I don't need him anymore. God forbid. Ligori said, well, what if he comes back for All Stars? I don't think I'll be there. Just no, thank you.
No. And as far as the game is concerned, they needed to move on from this part of their season in order to move forward and have any of them have a chance to like focus on playing the game. But I do think that same thing can kind of be said for a much different reason, Kelley, for Ron Funches. They need to move on from the Ron Funches thing in order for the rest of them to get towards the next stage in their game. But it's not been moved on from yet. He is still there and he's actively engaging in further conflict with various people. Maura, Dorinda. It's a crazy 2 episodes for this man who is ready to go.
Okay, here's the thing with Ron. He comes across as this kind of soft-spoken, like, okay, this, and then all of a sudden, what happened at that round table? when he's like, you don't need to know about my family. I'm just here to play the game I want. I was like, whoa. Oh my God. I was shocked. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I love his
Lord.
confessionals because he talks with his mouth like kind of half closed, and he's like,
He's
nobody
like half
really
whispering.
wants to talk to me. Nobody's clapping for me when I get inside of the breakfast table, and I haven't had that kind of response since my first open mic night. And then at the round table, he's like, "Don't talk about my family. I'm not talking about your family." It came out of nowhere, but. Again, he wants out. Scally was theorizing that maybe he wants to be pushing himself out. Maybe he wants people to be voting for him. The more he's throwing this way, that way, that way, he's like, all right, can you put my name down, please?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
he's
said
just
basically
asking.
that if I wanted to engineer my exit from the game, I would go after two pretty big loudmouths like Michael and Dorinda. I think that's probably a good strategy. And even the whole thing of Bob versus Dorinda last season of like, I don't know who you are, I don't watch Housewives, like literally quoted here. So I thought it was an interesting thing there. I felt like for Ron, I had long thought like, okay, maybe he's just like not connecting with people. Him and Donna like kind of hung off to themselves and no one was making as much of an effort. Maybe that's what it is. But the like, I don't care about your family. Don't ask about mine. Never talk to me. I have no interest in getting to know any of you. Is like something else is happening here. Like I can't push that onto no one giving him a chance because I understand if you are like an early suspected traitor and you just get kind of iced out for rounds in a row, like that's got to be incredibly defeating. I can't imagine wanting to continue playing the game at that point for like the average person that's probably cast on these. But I don't know. It feels like something else is going on now.
It
Yeah.
does feel a little bit like he just doesn't care because even when people are asking him, like, or telling him why they think it is him and because of the Portia thing, he doesn't really fight for himself. He's just kind of like, okay, well, yeah, if you think it's me, I guess you better get rid of me. Oh, I'm tied up to this tree. Traitors, you better get rid of me. It's like, what is going on? This is weird.
For all
Maybe he
Kelley,
does want to leave.
for all the Survivor that you've played, can you imagine going out there with the intention of like, or just like once you're out there deciding, I'm not doing the social game. You don't have to get to know me and I don't want to get to know you.
I mean, have some people done that before?
Yeah.
Brandon Hansen's fine.
Yeah, and I don't know if Ron's a fan of reality TV to get to know or to have wanted to play a good game, but yeah.
But this does bring up the question. These are all people that are celebrities in some way, some of them making more money than others. Maybe it's a situation where Ron is tapped out. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't care anymore. And he doesn't want to be dealing with this. We saw somebody quit in previous seasons who just was, I don't remember the reason. I think that he was a boxer or something.
Yeah, he was out.
It
very
was
early
stirring
and
up
never really-
like past trauma, I believe, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what it was. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Not trying to, okay.
I
But
mean,
it just
this is
seems
about to
like-
be Ron's past trauma as soon as he
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you have people that maybe don't need it, like the gamers all want it bad, right? Most people who go play games like Survivor Big Brother, they're not wealthy going into it. Okay. $250,000 is a lot of money to these people. $1 million is a lot of money, whatever it is. And so when you have that type versus maybe, again, people who don't need it as badly, I do think it kind of changes the way that the game could be played. And so it's just another thing to kind of mention. But.
Yeah. By the way, great fashion for Ron most of the season. I've enjoyed his outfits. His sweater in episode 4, the multicolored sweater. I want it.
It's been good.
So
I'm
mindful.
looking at that orange trench coat. Yeah, definitely pulling looks.
Yeah, why not? Kelley, what do you think of Rob Roush in the overalls in the castle?
I mean, we knew it was going to happen, right?
Yes.
That's his signature. We knew it. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I doubt people were upset.
No, they were not. Yeah, they were not.
Yeah, it seemed like people were happy at that breakfast. It was, and the audience as well. I haven't seen any complaints.
So Kelley, you said you don't know the Housewives super well.
So I used to be a Housewives watcher, but I watched a long time ago, like OC style. Okay. Back when, it was, it's probably still crazy, but it was just different then, at least. And then I did branch into, I watched Miami when that came out. So now you know how long it's been. I watched, that's not even on anymore.
And now it's back.
And now it's back.
Oh, it's back. Okay.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. There's too many. I only have limited time. I watch too many shows as it is. I cannot keep up with all of these housewives. It's too much, but I do know usually the cast of the Housewives are great. I mean, they're on the Housewives for a reason. So I'm always excited to at least see what they bring on a show like this because I think they're always fun.
Yeah.
Phaedra was so fun for me. I didn't know Phaedra at all, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's incredible. So great.
So if you ever get out there and you obviously don't know all the housewives, are you going to take the same approach as Ron and say, I don't know any of you. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't watch a housewife. No,
No, I would never do that. I'd want to get to know the housewives. They're strong. The housewives are strong.
And they're fun. Like, hello, you want to get invited to BravoCon, go hang out with them.
Come on. No, and I'd probably, I guess you don't know who's going out there, but if I knew I were going on the Traitors, I'd probably like tap into some housewives and watch and see like who the big
do a little study.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's had different successes because Maura herself did be like, I've never watched any of your shows. I don't know who any of you are. So it's worked for her, but at least she's shown like some interest in getting to know them. And it wasn't specifically like, I've never watched only Housewives. So Maura does seem at least open.
Yeah, but that's also a part of this game. That's one thing that's weird with Ron is that there is a social game element to the Traitors, because if you have a group of people that is kind of working together, voting together, you're protecting yourself. Like if you have, let's say you've got 5 people that you're close to and you're all kind of thinking the same people, even if the people are wrong, you're all like, you're a voting block. It's very much like Survivor. And so you're protecting yourself. So if you just want to go and be a lone wolf, you can do that, but that's not a good strategy for this game.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
We didn't really touch much on Monet, I don't think. Do you have any thoughts seeing Monet leave here?
I'm so sad. They always only put one freaking Drag Race person. Is BS. And then we lose Monet here. Bummer.
And
but again, too spot on with the reads. Too good.
Monet did what Colton was trying to do, but did it better and funnier at the breakfast. I think it was when Monet was like, I wrote it down somewhere. Michael Rappaport, when you walked around everyone at the trees, who else was with you?
Yeah.
It's like clearly joking, and just if you want to get the reaction, great. But then it turned into the whole thing with Colton because he couldn't let it go and he had to show how smart he was. But Monet was just being funny and it was great.
Yeah, but because Monet is charming and Colton is not.
Well, you could say that again.
Charisma matters.
The difference.
Last thing on Colton here, I was listening to, I think it was Rob saying this, that Colton just had everyone in that place charmed. Don't know, obviously, like how long that's going to last, whatever, but just like, especially at the start while Rob was there, at least, it seemed like a lot of people just really liked Colton.
I'm not frozen. I just have nothing to say.
I guess am surprised that it happened, but I'm not surprised, because I don't think he could have gained this much power in the game if that had not been the case. Like, seeing it makes sense. Like, being that people are following him, he's managed to somehow get people behind him week after week and not gain like a ton of attention in terms of like people aren't really saying his name up until this point for him to go home in earlier rounds. So I guess I can see that playing out. I personally, it wouldn't click for me, but I am. It feels like it's on screen at least.
I am scratching him off my list. Kelley, we did this last week. I want to ask again this week for all of us here. Doing the Dancing with the Stars tracker, which of these cast members are going to end up on the next season of Dancing with the Stars? It's been 2 seasons in a row. They've pulled a Traitor cast member. I did have Colton on my list last week. I just felt like he was getting a glowing edit. He's off my list at this point. I don't think that this is like the fan reception that, they want to take their most popular person. Do you have a sense of where you think that they would go? Like, basically, it's just who is the star of this season?
At this point, it feels like it would be Rob or Candace, maybe. Those are the two that come to mind for me. I love Maura, so I'm always going to want to have Maura on the list, but I don't think she's done enough at this point to be a standout star for something like that. But especially if Rob or Candace go really far as Traitors, if one of them wins or both of them win, I think a huge case to be made for them being on another show like Dancing with the Stars.
That's my 3. That's literally my 3.
Okay, so look at us.
Yeah,
same page. We know what's up. Yeah,
Laura was at the Golden Globes. I know she hasn't been the biggest character here so far, but I'm like, I hope there's more to come. Obviously, and I don't know. She's at the Golden Globes.
I'm shocked to see that she has not done Strictly Come Dancing in the UK.
She did Dancing on Ice or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. So she's done a little bit of the circuit. I think there was a cooking show or 2 in there, but I'm hoping Mora can make a big enough splash to get the Dancing with the Stars treatment, but I'm not quite sure it's going to happen. I don't think Johnny Weir is going to be like the breakout star of the season. Has he already been on Dancing with the Stars?
He's already been on, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think the list is narrowed. Like I think Monet was flagged as someone who could have been potential, and obviously we just lost her. So
yeah. By the way, speaking of dancing on ice, Tara Lipinski's quote this episode when they were in the water fountain, and she's like, "I prefer my water frozen," or something along those lines, was very funny.
It was pretty good.
Figure skater, not many lines from Tara Lipinski, but also she's I heard her also, I think it was the People magazine thing, that she's like, everybody was calling me Tara, but she's Tara. She's a Tara Lipinski, and everyone's calling her Tara. I'm like, well, at this point, if anyone's calling you anything at all on this season, like, you'd be lucky. But at least I got that name right. So
listen, I'll let people pronounce my name however they want if it means they're not writing it down.
That's true.
You could literally call me the wrong name. That's fine.
I mean, when people wrote your name down, did they often or ever get the second E?
Oh, no. Very rarely. Yeah.
They get two L's.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as everyone trying to spell Portia, but
oh yeah,
that
was interesting. For sure.
Did anything on your mind about those first four boots? Portia, Ian, Rob, and Donna.
Well, I already did content on it, but I thought it was devastating. I understand that there's not maybe. I think within our world, someone like an Ian Terry, it was devastating to see him go first. I know probably the broader audience was like, I don't know who this is and what did he do? And so I get that. But I was bummed out simply because we haven't seen Ian in a little while. His last season of Big Brother was a little bit unfortunate. I'm not happy about where he placed and some of the things that happened there. Obviously, the Rob Cesternino thing, especially within the world that we live in and the Survivor universe, that was a bummer, his big return and the whole 50 thing and coming back to the Traitors. But, I mean, if he's not doing everything he can for being out in the first 3 episodes, I mean, they had him up in what was that, a People variety? Who was that shoot?
Those people, yeah.
Yeah, People like online cover.
I was like, Rob, of all the
people? He had to let him know.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's shocking. That's amazing. And then he went to the Traitors experience, and I'm like, yeah, do everything you can, keep the momentum going. Listen, so yeah, but I was bummed out at the boots, and then also now having Tiffany and Monet go also was very, very disappointing because those were people I was rooting for. So not super stoked so far, minus the Michael elimination. But I'm looking at the table going, oh gosh.
Yeah,
I'm just not really connected to a lot of these people. It has a different energy than last season. I don't know what it is. Maybe we need like a Gabby Windy, a Tom Sandoval. Like there's, you know what it is? It's lacking, as weird as it sounds in a game like the Traitors, it's lacking like joy. Like I feel like Gabby brought this like funny energy, just like the little things she would say. And then you have Tom Sandoval, who you're just kind of like laughing at. Like this guy is just like ridiculous.
I don't know how to tell you guys this, or especially you, Kelley. They have a comedian on the show this season.
Yeah, and you know what he did at the last roundtable? He yelled, "Don't ask about my family." I don't know what's going on. Is he tired of doing comedy? What's happened?
I mean, for the purposes of what he's here for, he is not laughing. He's not having any fun.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. It just feels so serious. And I know it's a serious game, but it's like there's no comedic relief.
Yeah, and
I don't know. Even in the other seasons, like even Danielle was hilarious. Just so over the top extra. I just don't feel like we have that this season.
The Traitors are playing too well. Obviously not Lisa. So we'll see how this is about to play out with her. But when there's no breakdown from the Traitors, like there kind of was with Danielle along the way, you're missing some of that element. Some of the faithful are just quiet in the background. And I mean, look, I think that your best hope for a Gabby is Mora, and we just need more. We need more Mora coming up as soon as possible. So
true.
That's what I'm hoping.
But how do you two feel about the casting? Like, how do you feel it stacks up compared to other seasons in terms of what we're getting, the drama, the personalities? Like, are you enjoying it? What do you think?
For me personally, in terms of like my interest, it was super top heavy. So there were some of my like top people of all time I could have made a wish list, and like a lot of them showed up here, like Monet, Natalie, Rob, like etc. There were lots and lots of people. Actually, I think so.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was let him keep talking. But okay.
You know, Mora, like it is a very top heavy casting for me. Unfortunately, we have lost so many of them that like I came in super excited for this cast, and whereas last season I probably liked more on average, but there were also like some people that I was like not as excited about, some people whatever. So I came in thinking like this cast is for me, and now I am thinking, oh no, it is not. So we are a little bit of an impasse right now on the casting here.
I don't know. For me, I've made the Traitors for me because I did go in after season 1 or 2, whatever it was. It was after season 2, actually. And I said, I'm going to know these housewives. I'm not going to let another season start of this show where I don't know 5 of the housewives. And that was just because it was something that I could do with my free time. And so I did. So now I know at least that whole group, just by extension, like more Bravo people. So I'm enjoying seeing all of these people in this reality TV Super Bowl arena. But I totally also understand. I mean, I'm just imagining as I was watching this episode for half a second, I was like, well, what if somebody's watching that doesn't know the housewives, for example? It's like, oh, I hear about Candace and I see that she is playing a good game, but you don't know Candace. So you don't have any stakes in her besides she's somebody I met last week and hopefully she does well. So it is tough, especially if the turret is not going to represent the main groups of who's watching every season. How the Housewives fans did not enjoy last season for obvious reasons. The gamer fans are pretty miserable this season for the most part. Maybe next season everybody will be happy, but you know, for the meta of it all, they're trying their best to keep everything afloat.
I know. And I'm trying to, like I told you with some of these people, Phaedra, for an example, I didn't know her, but she grew on me. I thought she was amazing, so fun to watch. And I try to be open about everybody because I don't know who Gabby Wendy. I didn't know a ton about Gabby. And I was like, she was so fun. Like one of my favorite people coming out of the season. Thought she was amazing. And I try to have that same open mind this season. But I think I'm just feeling like the interactions between the people and the fighting, it's just really honestly kind of dark. Like that's how I feel, regardless of the people. It's just everything, just everything that's going on. So I'm still staying optimistic, but it's not just because the gamers are gone. It's just how these people are communicating with one another and interacting on the screens where I'm just a little bit like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Michael's gone now, so hopefully that clears up a little bit at least.
Listen, Michael's gone. We get rid of Colton. Maybe we're back on track. Okay.
Exactly. It frees up a lot of airtime, and I think that's already felt with like I came in. I like Kristen Kish a lot from Top
Yes.
Chef, and so was very happy to see her here. To think it said that she almost could have gone home with one total confessional if she had gone home in the first episode this week. I would have freaked out. I feel like she's becoming more of a character, getting a little more room to breathe. I'm hoping that happens, whether it's like for her, for even more for Mora, for other people. Like I don't know. I don't think Steven is going to be like this breakout star of the Traitors, but like I came in with some history with Steven. Like maybe you give him a little more airtime, and even some of the people who are like not popping off the screen as much, like at least I can get invested in them and I can enjoy them more, because it's like an unsolvable problem of these people are not giving TV, so you don't want to put them on. But now I'm noticing even more how they're not giving anything.
Exactly, because it's been this last episode specifically felt very Colton Michael heavy. Just the whole thing.
Sure was. Michael Rappaport on his way out gives 3 names of people that he think could be a traitor: Rob Roush, Stephen Colletti, and Colton Underwood. This is partially an easy question, but does anybody want to FMK?
God.
I mean, listen, I'm here for a good time, so.
All right.
I think this is too easy, though.
We can get rid of
really easy. This is really easy.
I like when you catch Kelley self-card like that.
Like, so obvious. I think we'd probably all have the same one. So, I mean, we can do it.
Okay, please.
All right. I'm going to kill Colton.
Everyone's killing.
I'll decide for the group.
Yeah, it's unanimous.
All right. Rob Roush.
Hmm?
Stephen Colletti and Rob Roush, who's getting married.
You're marrying Steven.
You're marrying Steven. Yes. This is like almost the archetypes of the fuck, marry, kill. Like,
I was gonna say, it could not have been easier.
So if you look up like the Urban Dictionary definition of like what FMK means, it's like, well, you're looking for someone like Rob Roush, then you're looking for someone like Stephen Galletti, and then you're looking for Colton Underwood.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
well, it
that was a
answers
fun
itself.
game, but not not too much to discuss there.
All right,
Exactly.
well, glad it was easy enough. What else? Kelley, who are you rooting for going forward? I'm sure obviously Natalie, but anybody else out there that you would like to see succeed more?
Obviously Natalie. I still have to go Jam because Survivor family. I don't think he's maybe made some of the best decisions, but that's okay. There's still time. I feel like we're all on the same page. I love Maura. I love Kristen. I do want to see them shine a little bit more. Who else? I'm really like not vibing with the men this season. I think that's what's going on. I'm just not really seeing much at all. So I'm really kind of down for the girls is really where I'm at. So.
Yeah, well, if they get a funny comedian next season, if they get a funny male comedian, then maybe it will be a little bit more improved there. And I'm mostly joking. I do feel really bad for Ron, and I hope that he's doing better now after this experience is over. I'm sure that he gets banished next week, the week after, the week after. He's obviously out sometime soon. But
yeah.
Hard to be doing worse. Yeah,
I love how Sally just drops like a little, like a little dig, and then just keeps going. It's like, yeah, anyway.
Pretty much.
What a change for the Free Agents podcast to be just enjoying only the women this season. I think there are people that could still step it up. Like, I did not know Dorinda last season, but I've been binging Real Housewives of New York and really enjoyed Dorinda there. I haven't watched all of it, so pending what else she does there. But I think that she could come alive. I think there are people here who, like, again, given a little room to breathe. Maybe Rob really does great work in the back half of the season, but it's been okay. I kind of wish that I feel like with the consistent Emmy wins for casting on the Traitors, they have been very consistent in their casting formula of like, okay, we take 3 from this show and 2 from this show, and then there's like a random person, and it's like, I wish that like we could have 2 drag queens. We could, get someone from like, there's a 90 Day Fiance person who's phenomenal. Like, get them, like, get this person, get that person. Like, I think that we are limiting ourselves unnecessarily when there are people that could be bringing more joy than if we were just sticking to the same archetypes and shows over and over.
Which I do agree with, but I also feel like, take these spots of people that you are feeling like we're getting nothing from, and obviously we know who those people are, and just put more gamers and more housewives. Like, if that's really the 2 franchises that are like, grasping onto this show, then just put more of them on there. It's not like there's not enough. I'm talking to one right now. That would be great. A lot of fun. But I don't know. They have such a hit on their hands with this show that they will continue to experiment and whatnot going forward. And Kelley, at least it sounds like you will be watching, maybe hopefully just hoping for it to get a little bit better with the vibes as we go along, right?
Of course I will be watching. I'm very happy. I think that the show has unfortunately up to this point set the gamers up for disappointment because we were going to get a season where the gamers were going to go out early because last season, the gamers dominated. You had 3 gamers in the turret. What did you think was going to happen? And I personally loved it. I thought it was great. I feel like even if I did not know these people, I still would have enjoyed it because it was so chaotic. That's the only thing that is not happening this season, in my opinion. So I'm still going to watch. It's just like Survivor. Even when I'm in pain, I still watch. I still power through. I still want to see what's going on. I want to be a part of it and see what's happening and hope that it gets better. So I'm hopeful.
I've been in pain with Survivor since 2021. Is that when the new era started?
You and me both, Matt. You and me both. There was a glimmer of hope with season 46 and 47. I was like, we're back.
Enjoyable moments, enjoyable characters. But
and then 48 and then 49, and it's okay. But anyway. We're not talking about Survivor here.
No, no. But Kelley, where can people find you online to see all of the videos that you're putting out there about the Traitors? I'm sure about Survivor when it's back and everything in between.
Yes, I'm on Instagram, Kelley Wentworth, and TikTok, I'm Kelley Wentworth _ because someone has my Kelley Wentworth handle and I can't get it. So it's just Kelley Wentworth. But
Wow.
yeah, come join the fun. You know, I'm a little sassy. I just trying to have fun out there, but it's good.
Do we have any videos planned for this week that may be coming out soon, or maybe
I
even by the
want
time-
to do some more reenactments, but nothing. I really was just not inspired for season 49. There was nothing that was making me want to have fun because I need to see other people having fun and then I can have fun. But like, could I do a Michael Rappaport reenactment of him eating off of his plate like
Yeah.
no one I've ever seen eating? Totally. Do I want to give attention to that? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Can I
if I wanna do
request? Can we do the Caroline Stanberry murder?
that was pretty funny. That was pretty good. I think I
Give it
might
a
have to
shot.
combine a few things because there's not like one
Yeah, it's not long.
breakout
Yeah.
moment. There's like a
That.
few little things that have happened. So we'll see.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, we'll
Well, I'll be following along. I'll be watching. Kelley, thank you so much. Cannot thank you enough for joining us today.
Thank you. It's always good to see you. I'm so glad we got to
Yes.
chat.
100%. For Scally and I, make sure that you're following along with everything we're doing on the podcast here. YouTube, subscribe and like and comment and all the things. It's a new channel here for us. We're usually not YouTube, but we're doing it right now. So check that out. Plus Patreon. Currently, we're running a 50% off sale for your first month because we're celebrating right now for reasons that we made clear today. So we activated that for I think it's about 2 weeks. Check it out if you're interested. We do bonus episodes. We put up everything early, ad-free, all that stuff. But Scally, anything else today?
No, you can just find me on most socials at Brian_Scally. Anything else I will plug on those, so you'll see them.
Sounds good. And I'm everywhere at Matt Ligori. Check out the diary room for all your Big Brother needs. And again, thank you, Kelley, so much for joining us today. We'll be back next week to talk. Only one episode coming up next week. We're off the 3 episodes and 2 episodes. Only one episode until the finale, which will then be finale and reunion, which is 2 episodes. So 1 episode for the time being, and we'll have it all covered for you here on the Free Agents podcast. So that's it for today. Take care, and we hope to see you all in the future.